All right, ladies and ladies.
All right.
Y'all ready to do this?
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I don't know. I'm just.
I'm used to his face, I was a
Looks
guess.
like your Draxton's clown's face. Stop it.
Oh my god, I should have brought you these pictures. I just printed pictures of him at Warner Brothers Studio.
This is me in my natural form, actually happy.
And
So happy. This is what I look like when I'm actually happy. I've read comic books.
Yes.
I've been buying comic books.
Yes.
I'm so happy. Yes.
There's a sweet puppy.
Yay.
Hi, sweet puppy.
Much spirit. You're trying to be part of
It's
the
so
show.
cute.
Just
I love it. We're gonna get a little vignette of you sometime. Yes, we
She's a
are.
ghost dog right
Oh,
now.
that's
Oh, you're so cute.
I think he makes the ear. She's
All right,
But
this
all right,
intro.
cool.
How we gonna do this? Let me see. Let me see. I
We're
can
gonna
just.
do the little flare, the little.
But this will be a little. This will be a little. Yeah,
What
this
is
will be-
it?
Huh?
La Cinema Familia.
Yes, La Sinema Familia.
La Cinema Familia.
Welcome
Yes.
to.
La Sinema Familia.
La Cinema Familia presents us.
La Sinema Familia.
Or
That's
we'll
weird.
just pretend we had previous episodes.
Yeah, exactly. We just had like last
Welcome
time.
back!
Last time. We just randomly started having a really serious conversation last time. You know what? I refuse to watch that movie. I won't do it. I refuse. I'm done.
Last time.
Last episode. I'm out.
Cinema La Familia.
I'm out.
Previously on. No, just.
No.
Am I
Okay.
saying it wrong?
Right?
Huh? Well, thank you for joining us for our first episode. And also welcome to La Cinema Familia. I'm Hollywood Cinema, Charles. This is my wife, beautiful nightmare. And what's your name?
Emily.
Good job. And that's, what's your nickname going to be?
What's your stage name, girl?
Yeah.
I don't know, Kid Schimmel.
There we
I've
go.
always
Kid
been
Schimmel.
like-
Yeah, with the first name
But,
of what?
you know,
What's you going to be though? Are you going to go with that one? Or
no,
that one?
I think I'll just go with Miriam.
Okay, just weird. Just regular. Just regular. Okay, I
Or
got
do you want to go Mimi?
Yeah, Mimi.
Mimi! Yay, it's Mimi.
Mimi.
It's me.
Mimi.
We're here today to do reviews. I'm just throwing stuff because I'm having a good time
He's
today.
so fucking hyper.
I don't know where it came from. It comes
I
from.
know.
It's when the camera turns on. I
Right?
get hyper.
Yeah.
Holla at your boy.
It's the light
The
coming
whole
from the
show is
camera.
gonna
It's
be
what I
us
do.
throwing shit.
It probably will
We're
be
gonna
that at
throw
some
shit
point.
at Charles
I
today.
mean, that's fine. I don't care.
As long as it's not scissors.
Yeah. Oh boy. Scissors. Don't even get me
Speaking of-
started.
Wow,
Don't even get me started on
scissors.
scissors.
Good
That's a perfect
segue.
segue.
Yes.
As long as it's not
To our first review.
scissors.
The first ever La Cinema Familia
First review.
review. A movie we've all seen this time.
Yes.
Yes.
Woo! I've seen it twice, so I have one up on everyone.
Yeah, you do. You suck.
I'm a jerk. Yeah, I'm a
Mimi's
jerk.
going to see it again this week.
I will.
Yeah, see?
I will.
I'll see it
Exactly.
eventually.
Yeah, when I buy it.
Honestly,
When I buy it.
4K. That's gonna be a good.
It's gonna be a good 4K.
It's gonna be a good 4K.
Good 4K.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So let us begin.
Oh yes, the movie we're talking about is Us.
Oh yeah, that's right. Us.
The movie Us.
Us.
And right
Jordan
now,
Peele.
this might be where there
Jordan
might be
Peele
a
movie.
clip of some kind.
Yeah.
Stick with me, and I'll keep you safe.
There's a family in our driveway.
It's probably the neighbors. But y'all scared of a family? Hi, can I help you?
Zora, put your shoes on.
If you want to get crazy, we can get crazy. What are you people?
It's us.
They look exactly like us. They think like us. They know where we are. We need to move and keep moving. They won't stop until they kill us. Or we kill them.
Be careful.
it happened, and now we're back. It's just magic. It's how we do things around here. Go ahead and give a little spiel about Us.
I really enjoyed it.
Who directed this thing?
Jordan Peele.
Yes.
It was a Jordan Peele movie, and I'm a huge fan of Jordan Peele, so I think that does help, because Get Out is probably one of my favorite movies as well. Get Out was it set the bar really high for his first movie, and I think that this definitely, I'm gonna give it. I think it hit the bar. I really do. There's some things about it that people don't like, but I think.
Are you counting me as people?
Yes, honey, you're people, but you're not alone. You're not alone in your feelings, and you're not alone in your
I wasn't, but I don't even care if I ever.
But I feel like sometimes a piece of art, such as a film, leaves a lot to interpretation.
It
and
should.
I think that
It should.
instead of complaining about what's left to interpretation, we should
Not complaining.
use our imaginations and interpret.
Noticing things.
Okay, instead of noticing what you don't like.
Things. Not that I don't know.
But anyway, we'll get to that. This is supposed to be my spiel.
I'm letting it happen. I'm feeling attacked.
I'm not attacking
I know I'm joking.
you. It's not a personal thing. But it's just like,
Yeah.
I think it was a really good movie. And I think, of course, there were some things that were like, I wonder, what's up with this by the end of the movie. But all in all, great concept.
Yes.
Great acting. Oh my God. I even had to write down their names because a lot of them are kind of, I've never.
No, at least the two kids will remember names.
Oh my God. So Shahadi Wright Joseph played Zora in this film. And they play two versions of themselves. And for a child to play the good and the evil, oh my God, she killed it. Like, everybody's giving Lupita her props, and I give her props as well, because she's just a strong, beautiful, talented woman. But I haven't heard a lot of people give the young lady who played Zora a lot of credit, and I think that she did an awesome job as well. So I want to shout her
So it's a
out.
little boy. Don't forget the little boy.
No, the little boy was so good as well. He was, but yeah. I feel like he had a mask on as the evil, so it was a lot.
A lot of body stuff.
It's not that it took away from it, but it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot more body than expression. And the little girl was like, she did like the whole.
That smile was dumb creepy.
And I fucking loved it. It made part of the movie for me. I'm like, yeah, that shit's fucking. She's going really hard.
I'm
like,
glad that
it was good.
you're actually going into like their acting and stuff.
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, it was good.
Amazing.
So there's a lot that goes into making a movie, but I think that they had the correct parts in the moving parts, in my opinion.
All right, you
Mimi!
Go Mimi!
I am going to be a little biased because I'm a huge Jordan Peele fan. So going into this, I was like, let me just watch this really closely, watch every little thing that I see, every clue in the movie, so that I can go back and rewatch it in my brain like, we all do.
That's what I did.
So, I give it a thumbs up. There's like a lot that I obviously can't talk about because, we're
spoiler discussion after.
Spoilers.
Do a spoiler alert later.
Yeah.
It's just so much symbolism in the movie. Like, Jordan Peele is one director and storyteller that just loves to just fill the film with a lot of shit that you can watch later. Mm-hmm. So that way you can watch it over and over again and just notice little things that, you missed the first time. So for me, I definitely am going to go watch it the second time, maybe even 3 times. And I will tell you guys, like, the last time I did that was for the Dark Knight movie. Like, a movie hasn't moved me.
That's a high bar.
Yes, it is a high bar because I had to watch Heath Ledger's, acting again. And so this one, it's not like, and I like how you pointed out that it wasn't, just the adult actors going all in on it.
Yeah.
It was everybody.
Yeah.
It was the entire cast. Like, they were just, on point.
And realistically, it was like 9 to 10 people in this cast. Like, it was not a huge cast. There, of course, were some extras in there, but they aren't small parts, only small actors, but their parts didn't take up as much time. So
Exactly, and I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, but like for the next Oscars, you know, Lupita and you
She
know,
was really good. She was really
Yeah.
you know
Lupita,
the
girl.
children,
Yeah.
wow, just amazing. Like the trailers, you know, they show a lot of clips, you know, for
Me too.
when you see the movie, you're like, oh, I know that part. Oh,
Yeah.
I know that part.
Yeah,
you
that's
know? But it doesn't give
At the-
anything away.
No, at the time
So,
when we first saw that trailer,
Yeah.
I was like just kind of going over like, okay. Like I could tell when certain things were going to happen.
Yeah.
But it was just more of like me just being ridiculous and wanting to piece all this stuff together because I want to
Right.
get scared.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't like being scared, so I like
Yeah,
to think
yeah,
about
yeah,
it beforehand. So
I
my mind is
think-
already ready.
Yes.
I think that the trailer really.
But having seen it, you can see all the stuff that they're doing in the trailer.
Well, I
And
think
all
that the
makes
trailer really led people to
Yeah.
believe that it was going to be super duper horror film, which it was.
It
But
involves there's
it
a certain
was
act that's the horror movie. The
extremely-
horror movie is the third act.
It was extremely suspenseful.
Yeah,
And
the
I
first two
think
acts are thrillers,
that
and the third one is
is-
the horror movie.
That's what makes
Yeah.
it. That's what makes part of the horror in it, as well as
Yeah.
Yes.
And
fear of the unknown. Or like,
Yeah.
Oh, no,
what's
that's
about to
exactly
happen.
what it
And
So-
I feel like I respect Jordan Peele a lot more now because, like I said, I don't want to give anything away, but a lot of the material that he does put out, it's rich in how old school filmmaking
Yeah.
used to be like. You know, they like, you actually really put thought into this and you want your audience to actually think and not just be entertained, but he
Yeah,
just...
no, he wants
he's
to, he
like,
wants to leave you
"Now-
with something.
Exactly. Like something, you know, that you're just gonna be like, oh, what about me? What about, you know, like things like that, you know. So, I don't know, I give him props to that. So yeah, that's my spiel. Yeah, now your
All
spiel.
right.
All
Now
right.
it's your turn.
Okay.
Go ahead,
I
Hollywood.
know you might not know this about me, Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
Sinema, myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes I love things. Like I can love things a lot, but then sometimes I'm kind of lukewarm on it. Now, the first time I saw this movie, I will say I went in there like super hyped, and this is why I wanted to go see it by myself the first time. Because I don't want to leave a movie that I'm super excited about a little. Because I'm automatically going to be not as super hyped up as soon as I get out of it, and I don't want that to be a thing where now I got to hear you talk about this movie, and it just makes it, this movie.
Okay, yeah.
See, I'm
We
just
drove
weird.
separately to the theater.
You just
I just-
want to process it.
Yeah, I need a little time, and I need to go see. I like to watch movies a lot of times because I like to process. Because first time I'm watching a movie, I'm watching it to see what the filmmaker is trying to tell me, right? Like
Yeah.
that's literally what my first viewing of the movie is. What does this
Okay.
filmmaker have to tell me in a snapshot? Like, because they only have 2 hours to tell me a story. What are they telling me?
Yeah.
Now, sometimes that can work against artists because of this movie. There were moments where I didn't laugh at a lot of the stuff I laughed at the second viewing, the first time. Just because I was taking it all in. I was taking it in as like,
Right.
I'm taking it all at face value. What you're giving me is this. This is the story from literally from the first frame on. I'm taking everything in as what you're giving it to me.
Right.
So there was a point where I was like, okay. Okay. There's a reason why you showed me that. I already know what we're going to do. So as soon as I start seeing things,
Yeah.
like early on, I'm talking like first act, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what they're doing. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, second act, oh, that's what they're doing. Okay. Then I'm just waiting there. I literally start laughing at things that you're not supposed to laugh at in the movie. Where I'm just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
What is this? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Because I love the first 2 acts of the movie, and I love them more the second time.
Yeah.
That third act
It was not your
does not work for me.
Not your thing.
In a lot of parts, it doesn't. First time I watched the movie, I got annoyed at the husband.
Okay.
He annoyed the shit out of
So
me.
it's Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe.
Yeah.
I like that actor, but also it was a little things. It was just like, okay. I mean, I've seen you in like a couple things. I know what you're about. Let's see how Jordan gets something new from you. 'cause I've
Well,
never
and
seen
he
you in
also
different
he
parts.
also had a relationship with Lupita because they were together
Black
in
Panther.
Black Panther.
Yeah, and it was
Oh, yes,
and I was just more like, okay, you had to see something in this guy, and he was good.
Yeah.
The voice was weird to me at first. The voice was super weird.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
felt put on, and it was a little too much at first. It took me the second viewing to actually enjoy him because the accent was just like, what am I listening? What am I hearing?
Yeah.
Why did somebody not tell him this? Like, that sounds weird, dude. You gotta not do that.
Yeah.
It hit me wrong. Then some of his actions in the beginning of the second act, I was like, oh no.
I really want to.
Oh no. Oh no.
I really wish.
No. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like, come on now. You guys are making references to things. Why are you behaving in the way you're? You know, like you're doing things. I know you have to.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. Because you already showed me that you can subvert expectations of certain things. Because there's certain parts where in most movies they would just go ahead and show you the entire scene happen, but he totally gets out before just to leave a little room to let you squirm. I already knew what the whole reveal was from the get-go because the way they stopped it.
Okay.
And the way it continues, and then it just reinforced when I watched it the second time. I was like, okay, yeah, this is exactly why I knew what was about to happen. Because they tell you very early on, if you're paying attention to it in that way. I'm just trying. The whole time I'm trying to figure out what he's doing, what magic trick but that's film school and me just seeing way too many movies.
Yeah, I was gonna
that
say.
I can't help but see the magic trick instantly.
I feel like
which is why I had to do 2 times. This is why I need a second time to actually be able to enjoy it like a normal person.
Yeah.
You have such an extensive knowledge.
It's
film.
It's there, right? I can see where the set, I can see where the camera is, I can see why
you're very critical of movies.
And it's nice that I don't like this. And the first time I saw it, I was like, that was really fun. That third act, though, you got to get up out of here because it just wasn't. Because all I could think of was how much Get Out was everything that this movie wasn't to me. Like Get Out.
So it didn't hit that bar for you.
No, but it tries. It gets very close to it.
Get Out is like this.
Yeah, because there are parts in us that feel very pretentious to me. Very much on the third act, but that's just where he's trying to get all the story out.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish he hadn't.
So I guess
30. If you take 30 minutes off this movie, I would.
There were some things
but I like the movie
were
a lot.
unexplained as well, though.
But I'm fine with that. See, that's the thing. I don't need them explained. That's the thing. And also in Get Out, there's certain things in us that have a wider scope, where Get Out is very contained.
Right.
And logistically, that makes sense. When you start spreading out, it's just like, what? But hold up, but what?
This is why I can't wait to have like a
spoiler
episode.
Because I'm that person.
I want to know all these parts.
Yeah, because I'm that person.
We're about to do that.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that at the very end. We're gonna do that at the very end. But I'm the kind of person who's just like, but hold up.
Yes.
Like, because that's the way my brain. Because I showed you that. I lent you that book, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason why.
The why.
There's a reason why. Because everything you show me on screen has to make sense because you have a very finite amount of time and space to get your point across. So everything you have on screen is for a reason.
Yeah.
That's why I was tipped off very early in the beginning of the movie. That's the first thing you see. I'm noticing the movies on the shelf.
Right.
Recognizing Chud 2, all that. I see that instantly. I'm like, bet. I know exactly what's up with this movie. I knew Sewers instantly because of Chud.
Why I need to watch
like, I'm weird like that. Because
exactly. So
I see
there's a lot of stuff we've missed.
All the stuff, like, it just...
That you've noticed.
Yeah,
because you've seen it twice.
Yeah, and even I noticed these the first time I watched it because that's just who I am. I'm taking the entire frame as mise en scène instantly as soon as they show it because I know you're doing it for a reason. Even as soon as the name of the movie came on, I instantly knew what time it was by what they were showing me. When it starts on that first frame, I'm like, oh, okay. Like and they pull back. I'm like, oh, all right. Let's get to the C word. Like, let's just get to it. Yeah. You've already shown me, like, visually, the languages. You're showing me everything I need to know.
Yeah.
You're showing me where I'm going to be at in the last act of the movie. I already knew we were going to be back there because there was no reason for them to show it as much as they did leading up to that.
Yeah.
Which I'm weird like that because I'm like, oh, okay, I got you. And I love it. And I loved it. Second time I enjoyed it so much more. I was able to just enjoy it as a film goer.
Yeah.
And I laughed at parts. Because I didn't realize that Gabe was a lot like me until I watched it with my wife here, who was like nudging me like, oh, it's like you. He's like, crawdaddy.
I left that movie
that's me for real.
Thinking my husband could have written it.
But I wouldn't have been crazy though. I would have been smarter than Gabe was.
The dialogue in that movie between husband and wife was like our life at the beginning. Clearly, we're not being chased around by ourselves. But like
logistics, man.
In the beginning of the movie, when they're building the foundation of this is who this family is.
That part's the best part of the movie. That family is the best part of the movie.
It was very much us.
I'll tell you this, that family and that family dynamic
oh my God.
is the reason to watch the movie. It just, when it turns into the Twilight Zone thing, it's more interesting because it's happening to that family. It's just that third act takes it the focus off of the family
So,
and spreads it to everything.
so do you believe like maybe that it went like from 0 to 100? Like
It did. I feel like it was a little too broad.
Too quick. Okay.
I can kind of see that.
It's just my only it's just also that like literally the first words they show you on screen lets you know what's like that. What's
to be
involved
honest
in the
with
movie.
you, the preface of the movie.
Which is a cool idea. When I first saw that little blurb, I was like, "That's really interesting."
Well, I
was like,
had no idea where it was going because it doesn't. You wouldn't have guessed it off of the
See, here's the thing.
preview alone.
See, but
In my
here's the thing.
opinion.
As soon as the movie started, they showed that blurb right about the underworkings of
Yes,
the
yes.
and that's super interesting to me. Like, 'cause I've always thought about that stuff. Like, there's just plenty of tunnels that are never
Stuff. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then,
It's abandoned.
as soon as they show the TV and like Chud, just the idea that they show the Chud video cassette on like displayed perfectly. After you just told me something about sewers. Oh, okay. Like, I've seen Chud one time.
I
have
haven't
not.
seen that.
I
don't know
have
what that
not.
is.
So
I've never
I've
seen it. It's a
not-
stupid horror movie. Let's watch a lot of shitty horror movies in the 80s.
Right.
Is it like rubber?
No, it's just like this thing in the sewer. This thing in the
No,
sewer.
rubber.
No.
It's a
About
horror
the tire that rolls around and blows up, killing people. Yeah, it's
But no, I kind of want to rewatch
really stupid movie.
that movie. I just forgot the name of it.
Now I
gotta look
it up, too.
I got
I'm
rubber
just
my
like-
Chud. Like I forgot what it stands for. It stands for something specific.
Yeah.
But it basically is a creature from the friggin' sewer. Which as soon as I'm like,
The longness of the sewer.
And okay, so we'll get to a spoiler review later.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
okay, so what would you give it out of 5? What out of 5?
Maybe 4.5.
5 stars. Okay, 4. Okay,
I give it
4.5. 4.5 out of 5 stars for you.
Yeah.
What you got, Mimi?
All right. Obviously, I'm gonna pick 5.
There you go, 5 and 5.
Yes.
First one out the gate is a favor.
All right. So you said.
I'm gonna go with my Letterboxd review that I put up. Okay, first viewing, I give it a 2.5 out of 5.
All right.
That's
Just because
really low.
it's not low to me because you get a 3 just for
It's
having
like
the camera.
50%.
Well, yeah, because that third act takes away from it.
Okay.
That third act is where it does not hold up to my
Your standards.
not even my standards, my way of just thinking a little bit farther.
Your thought
Okay.
standards.
Okay. Like
You know, like,
you're
just
like,
think
it
a little
could
bit
have been
farther.
a little more.
Or I would have been fine if you just take it back a little bit. Like, cause to be honest, I would rather that movie not be 2 hours. Give it an hour and a half for me. That last act, which we'll get into later, I didn't need any of that.
Yeah.
It's kind of long. There's a really cool shot in it
It
with
is
some
a
fire.
long.
There are some
with some
longer
fire,
parts of it,
there's a lot of
Yes.
padding. There's a lot of just standing around,
Yeah.
and
Some of it is really long though.
it's a little extra, and I don't need it.
Standing
At
water.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
And at that point in time, I don't need it
Yeah.
because I already know what you're doing. So I get that you think I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just get to it.
I feel like the hint at the
Okay.
beginning of the
And that's
movie
my only
maybe
problem.
was way more subtle to most people.
I
than
think it was. And I think Jordan
to
believes that.
us. Yeah.
And I got it
Because
so quick.
in my opinion,
Yeah.
a lot of people in society have been dumbed down by technology,
Yes,
so
they
they may not have
And also-
intellectually been able to process that beginning part and been like, ah,
It does also doesn't hurt that I've seen a lot of the same kind of movies we see.
right.
It's the same thing with me and Tarantino. I always liked Tarantino to a certain degree, but I didn't like him until he started doing his own thing more.
Yeah.
Because I've seen all the movies that he had watched to do basically until like Death Proof. I was like, yeah, his stuff is cool. I'm
But
good on
it's
that
like-
because it was just him doing other movies in different genres of 70s and 60s.
I mean, I think it just
movies.
all goes
yeah,
back
like,
to
and I, just,
there's,
I had
there's
to
4 stories in the world.
well, yeah,
and that's it.
And if I've seen the movies that you're using
You
as your
just take 'em
basis
and
for your
Make them new.
tenseness, your swerve,
You're not gonna be impressed.
it's not even about being impressed. I'm impressed by the technical ability and
Yeah.
the way it looks. That movie's freaking beautiful.
Oh yeah, no, I can't wait for 4.
There's a lot of cool
I'm
scenes.
Super excited.
I do see there's some weird stuff with some stuff at the end that I'll talk about later. It's nitpicky things.
Okay.
Whereas there's some shots where I'm like, why are you not closer? I would feel some things don't look as scary as they should because he decided to pull back.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm just like, what? I want to see that mother effer's face because their
Yeah.
face is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to feel like they're in my face, like because you're in a, especially when you're like, there's a thing about being in a room. You show that by showing very close up shots because that is tense. shits in your face, that makes you tense just as an audience viewer. You're just like, oh, I can't see what's around you, so I don't know what's in the frame. So it messes with you in an intense way.
Do you think that this is like the cause of like kind of like the media or like the marketing title, like giving it the title of a horror film? Because like when
the third act's the only part that's a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's a thriller up until
it's
there.
Something else. It's something
it's
else.
a thriller. It's a thriller. It leans on some humor like horror movies do. Because we rewatched Halloween not so long ago, and I like that movie, but I don't like that movie.
Yeah.
Because that also has a third act the third act's the only part I like in that movie. Yeah. The first two acts are just boring as balls.
Yeah.
Because I'm just waiting for him to get to.
So you need that third act and the first two acts.
Yeah, and that's the thing about horror movies. A lot of horror movies will either be great in the third act because the whole first two acts are just you getting to that act.
Right.
Basically, like if you think about like Jason movies, they're like an allegory for like a hurricane situation, right?
Yeah.
You're just, and that's why usually there's a storm in every one of those movies because you're just building the tension until the storm is raging and he is wrecking shit.
Right.
And you feel that. You don't know it unless you're cognitive of this, the way they do these things, but you feel it. It's a feeling. And this movie has a lot of stuff where it's just like, you're too far back.
Yeah.
I don't feel it. Like I feel like I'm too much of just a viewer and I'm not involved.
Yeah.
Which is why the stuff in the second act is so good because they do a lot of close-up stuff because they're in a house.
Yeah.
And then there's another part in a house where everything's a little more loose. Not everything's, even when they go up the stairs, it's even still kind of open. So it's just like, oh, I see this person coming in. Like I don't get to be scared by somebody popping out of nowhere because I see them. Like I see them before they get to you. Yeah. And so I know that the character sees them before, like it takes away a lot of the fright. Yeah. Which is fine. It's a choice.
So yeah, it was like when you compare this type of movie that's named like a horror movie.
Yeah, it's a suspense thriller.
To other movies like Evil Dead or something.
Yeah, Evil Dead. That movie makes you tired because it's just unrelenting. And the storm and the sad part is that one also has a storm build. But the stuff before the crazy storm is so insane, and the storm ends up being raining blood from the sky. Like it's effing insane.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a 5 for us. We got a 4.5.
Yeah, but you didn't finish yours, so you.
I got 2.5. 2.5.
That was on your first view.
I almost went to a 3, but then I just thought of more logistic problems. With
so it's
2.5. It's 2.5. A very weighty 2.5.
All right.
I like it quite a bit, but I will let you know this. Get Out is like a 4 out of 5 for me.
All right.
If not a 4.5. I love Get Out. I could watch that movie over and over because it's also beautiful and the story is interesting. Yeah. Even the cold open. I will tell you this. I enjoy the cold open in Get Out more than the cold open in Us.
Okay.
It was good.
Why?
Well, I felt like that one was creepier. Like I was creeped out by the fact that little girl was walking off by herself, and that's creepy. Right.
But it's not as creepy.
It's a thing too. Like once she does
it. Also, I feel like it would have been creepy to certain people.
No. Because they
had the carnival thing.
I was creeped out. I was creeped out by while she was on the beach because when I see nature and I see the darkness of the night and the waves and shit, that like a primal fear of mine is that. It did something to me, and I was like, oh, but as soon as she goes inside and starts the whistling thing, and I was like, oh, all my attention dissipated because as soon as you see the back of that, you see the back, I'm like, oh no, okay. Like I know, like you just like you've taken away the scare from me because you just showed, you see that.
This is where we're probably
gonna but I'm even trying to be vague about like when the turn happens and the other turn don't happen, that took away all the scariness because it was just like
in the beginning.
Yeah, because even the little girl knew what time it was, but she just stays there. Like it's just what I'm saying. Like, it's just it's even more problematic when I see that. 'Cause I'm just like, oh, that was creepy. I wish you hadn't shown me that one part. You could have just did nothing, and then because the smile was effing creepy.
I don't know. I feel
that smile was the creepiest part of that scene, but they don't show you to the look.
But because you had nothing else to.
It lost all weight because where they show it to you, it doesn't mean anything to me anymore
For
because I
me-
already knew what that was.
And again, we're getting into like,
But yeah,
spoiler.
we can. Oh, you know what we can do? We'll stop right here. That's a break, and then we'll come back with the spoiler. All right, so we'll go into what we watched.
All right. Actual
What did we
spoilers.
watch? Yes, what did we watch this weekend?
What did we watch this week?
Miriam, I already know what this one watched. What did you watch?
This weekend.
watched?
Let's see. Wow.
Did you watch
Well,
anything else?
I didn't watch anything.
Watch
new.
anything over the week? I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be new. Just whatever you want.
Okay.
Things you
I
want to talk
watched
about, you know?
The Mask, and I watched.
The Mask?
The Mask.
Jim
No,
Carrey.
okay.
Jim
I was like,
Carrey.
I thought you said I was like, what?
No, I
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
I was like, what movie is that?
No, I'm doing this thing where I'm like going back and watching old films that I used to enjoy as a kid.
It's a good idea. Sometimes it
And
can hurt.
you know, like
It can hurt, it can hurt sometimes. It can hurt sometimes
It's,
real hard.
You know, and analyze them as an adult and be like,
Why did I
wow,
like
this
this?
movie was creepy,
Yeah.
or it was really perverted.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
it was
different.
really this, or it doesn't hold up, like, as an adult, and I can't believe these movies were for adults.
I'm glad I didn't understand this when I was 10
Um,
because I might have been,
Yeah.
impression for life or whatever.
Yeah. So I watched Weekend at Bernie's,
I love that
and
movie.
I watched The Mask, and I watched There's Something About Mary.
Ah.
And-
I
Yes.
love that movie.
So here's the thing.
That movie's weird.
Yes.
That movie's weird.
But see, that's the thing. Okay, and I want to go into
But
like
those
There's
guys
Something
make
About
weird
Mary.
movies.
See, that's the thing. Like, it used to be my
I love
favorite
that movie.
film until I watched it with like my friend.
Yeah.
And then
Well, it's a different
him,
thing. Though.
Yeah, him and I like pointed out like, wow, this movie's like fucking creepy as shit.
Yeah, no, it's
you
creepy.
know?
It's
Like,
very
It's
creepy.
a stalker
And-
movie.
And it's,
It's a stalker movie.
yeah, and they mention a lot. It's just like Me, Myself, and Irene. That movie's pretty effed up too.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely a stalker movie.
Movies are effed up.
Me,
Those
Myself,
movies
and
are-
Irene is probably not one of my favorite Jim Carrey.
I like that movie a lot too. That movie's funny to me. But it's
funny,
messed
but it's
up
not one of my
real hard.
favorites. And I don't know.
Although I also like Cable Guy a lot too.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do this thing where I'm like,
Weekend at
not
Bernie's is fun
so-
though, but Weekend at Bernie's there's a problematic.
Yeah.
That dude's a motherfucking liar. He's a
Isn't it?
pathological
Isn't
liar.
it?
He cannot stop lying, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, that's
It's just
what I realized.
it's such
about
there's a lot of that
it.
situation where he didn't have to be
Yeah.
in it whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
But that
Yeah, it's
sitcom,
just like,
it felt
and
like a
then,
sitcom, but I
at
love
some
it.
point in the movie, like the guy's like, oh, you don't want to go in here because I killed a man, and then she's like, yeah, whatever. It's like if somebody fucking told me,
Yeah,
like,
somebody
I
told
killed
you,
a
but
man,
I don't
like,
think that shit's funny.
peace out.
Yeah,
All
I'm not
right,
laughing
I'm
at
gonna
you
pretend I
saying you
didn't
killed
fucking hear
somebody.
that.
Yeah.
Don't kill me, okay?
I just want to drink some
Whatever,
more.
bro.
This is a nice
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of shit.
Problematic as
So
shit.
yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Nice.
Analyzing that shit.
Okay.
So.
I do that all the time. That's kind of my everyday.
Yeah, that is it.
And that's why people usually like watching all movies
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
I like to watch movies with you, babe.
Well, you kind of have no other choice. do you?
I did check out a new show.
What's that?
What new show?
Pen 15.
Oh, yes.
That's our shit.
We've watched that, yes.
I love
So
that show.
far,
I tell everybody
Not the
about
whole
it.
thing. We haven't
We don't,
finished
no,
it.
because we don't watch things.
It's
We
It's
should
only for
know.
90s
It's good.
kids.
Oh,
No,
yes.
it is. It's like
Yes.
it's weird because I graduated in 2000, but I can relate to all that shit because I remember all that shit.
So the reason that I love Pen 15 is
Those girls
because
are ridiculous.
they're so much older.
Honestly.
Yes, the fact that they're dressed like.
So they're like-
I noticed this.
I mean, they're like our age.
they're-
they're
no,
hanging out with like
And that's
7-year-olds.
what's the fun part. It works best because of that, actually.
They're not 7-year-olds. They're like actual
Yeah, they're-
7th graders.
they're-
But like,
But they're definitely grown ass women.
I guess they're definitely grown ass women. The two main females in there.
Mhm.
But and also there's some scenes in Pen 15 that I'm like, they took it a little too far.
Yeah, and
But
that's.
I'm like,
But if you remember being
fresh.
in 9th and 10th grade,
yeah, but it's like
things are
yeah.
extreme.
It's
Yeah.
super accurate because
Like,
you don't know what you're
that's
doing.
why that new movie, the new Seth Rogen produced movie, Good Boys.
Uh-huh.
You seen the trailer for Good Boys?
I haven't seen
Where it's
that.
like the
Maybe I'll
sixth or seventh graders that are just going super bad for middle school kids.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. But I cannot wait for that because I remember being a filthy little shithead.
Oh, and there's that Booksmart that's coming out.
that
too.
one's
That's
good.
the
Like
girl version.
Olivia Wilde's directorial debut.
Booksmart.
The
Yeah.
female.
Yeah.
It seems to be like the new thing. Superbad seems to be making another. I
I'm
love
really excited
Superbad.
about Booksmart.
But it seems to be making another. It seems to be like, oh, we did like cock blockers.
Yeah.
Was like super bad for girls, and then now doing these.
But it's
Yeah.
you know.
I love that
going back
genre.
to
I
Pen
love
15,
stupid like
Pen
weird sex
15 is
comedies.
like the prequel.
It's
Yeah, they're
super
crazy.
good so
Yeah.
far, and
It's good.
I
It's
got
really
I
funny.
got a comment comments about the soundtrack to it because a lot of the like music in it, I'm just like, oh, damn, that's my jam. You know, that's a big.
It's so funny that you say that because I also said Charles was laughing at me because when we were leaving the theater yesterday, I said I really want this soundtrack to
right?
And he said that's what Spotify is for.
Yeah.
I had to remind him that I'm an 80-year-old woman underneath all of this youth. But
no, I do gotta give it up to the scoring of
good music.
Us.
Yeah.
It was
the
great.
beginning
That music was so good.
Fuck, it had it, man.
It was so
I was
good.
just like, damn, the drums in it.
And it was what song was it? It was
Oh, I couldn't even tell you. Even the song in the car, the song they were playing in the car was really good. Just the song.
They took I Got
Five.
5 on it.
They
took the beat to I Got 5 on
really
it and made it a fucking scary song. It was like
well, they made it like a dance song, like
it was like
a creepy orchestra kind of situation. It was really good.
Right?
That sequence I had problems with.
And then me in my head, I'm like, creep on it.
No.
I said in my head because my husband will kill me if I talk during a movie.
Yo,
but,
what are you doing? Yo?
Oh no, he's gonna be like,
I can't handle it.
But yeah, no, that was cool. I liked how they did that too. I really
definitely gotta go back on Spotify and download
it.
Very good score. I like the score and the soundtrack as well.
Appreciated. That always makes a horror movie as well.
It does. You gotta have
helps
good sound.
make it.
You gotta have good sound.
It had the Nightmare on Elm Street vibe. Like the whole 80s soundtrack.
Yes.
So
it was really awesome. It was really awesome.
I think that's why it had so much to live up to it because it presented itself as.
I love that score. That score, the first 2 acts are so good.
No, it was good. Even this old lady that was sitting in front of us in the theater.
She liked that first song they were playing in the car.
Yeah, it was awesome.
She was digging. I was like, oh, look at you get down.
Charles was like,
look at that. Look at the lady Bob. She gets it.
I do admit this is why I love watching films during the first week because I love hearing the crowd of people react to it all. So by the end of the movie, that is kind of
with
certain scenes, people were like, oh, and I like.
Oh, we had some ratchets.
Yeah, you must go to like the theaters that have actual people in them because we were stuck with a bunch of reds. No, I'm just kidding. No, but we go to this small theater. It's not small. It's actually a pretty decent sized theater, but there's just not a lot of people that go to this theater. I was hoping that we were going to have more of a private movie experience because sometimes we do in those theaters. But
yeah, I mean, I went to the other one. I went to the one across the street from it, and that was the worst experience because the person, couple chairs over, literally was check their phone every 5 minutes.
If you were gonna go to a fucking movie,
and I'm talking about the first time. The second time was even. Like he was on the guy next to me was on his phone for a while. But he at least had to dim this down.
Yeah.
This chick, the first view was just like, I don't like.
Why are you
well, I thought I was gonna have to get crazy in the one yesterday because of that guy that had his phone
he was on his phone very much.
And they kept talking.
Yeah, but they were doing the black talking. I don't have a problem with you being like, oh, like you reacting to something. Like, oh, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
If you're trying to have a motherfucking conversation,
come on.
That's what I got to fucking
But before those people even got there was this guy that was sitting in front of us. And
he's had music.
He was way up, like 5 rows in front of us. His headphones were so loud.
I will kick you in the back of the neck.
I could hear the music, and in between previews, it would stop, and I would hear his music. I literally looked at Charles and I was like, "Is he fucking serious?"
If I have to throw my expensive ass drink at the back of your head, I will do it.
This is why I like the Alamo because you can't.
And that's what I was telling her. I was like, we didn't start going to Alamo. I was like, these motherfuckers would have got kicked out after the second time they did that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
It's just that this place has heated seats and
I don't even care about that, man.
Does the Alamo have heated seats?
No. But the seats
do they have recliners?
They have way better food.
Do they have recliners?
They have way better food than AMC.
Okay, so you're telling me they don't have recliners either?
They do have recliners.
Okay, as long as it reclines.
I feel like they have everything.
Heated seats are just a plus.
Wine,
they have fucking tea?
Yeah, hot cookies.
Oh, hot tea?
Different
They have cookies. They bring cookies out.
Biscotti and shit? Okay, cool.
I was impressed.
I'm with it.
It's nice.
That sounds really bougie. I like that shit.
I love it. That's probably never been to one in Texas. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I love it. It's my favorite.
Yeah, they actually take film watching seriously.
They do.
So
That's why I love them.
appreciate them.
I want to join their program thing they're gonna have, their movie program soon.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Sounds good.
Is
Sounds
that all you
good.
watch? You just watched Weekend at Bernie's?
Yeah.
And the
There's
Mask.
something about Mary.
And something about Mary.
Mary.
Saw
And
that
Pen
problematic
15.
movie.
Yes.
Pen 15 is good stuff. At least that's less
about
problematic.
it. Yeah.
All right, I haven't watched much of shit. You watch some stuff. I know.
I have watched some stuff.
I know what you watch.
Of course, I'm always watching This Is Us, which is like one of my favorite shows. Hasn't really been giving it to me this season like I wanted
stopped
to.
watching it.
I like the tears. I come for the tears. If I'm not using tissues, there's something wrong
Ready
with the
to
show.
ugly cry.
Yeah, exactly. I want to ugly cry at my TV while watching This Is Us. This is like very therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
So I did watch that this week. A lot of my shows are on break right now, so they haven't come on. But I will tell you, I am 29 years old, and when I was 19, there was a show that came out called Pretty Little Liars, and it was so good. I think every 19-year-old ever in the world was like, yes. So I watched this show called Pretty Little Liars till I was 27. They have now done a spinoff of Pretty Little Liars called Pretty Little Liars Perfectionists, and that started this week. And I watched the first episode of that. Loved it. I was super about it. I'm very intrigued. There's already been people dying and shit, so I'm like, yes. I like death. I like killing. I like dying.
Yeah, I'm
I like
good on
murder. I'm all about it. Give me some true crime, fake crime,
I'm
whatever
just
kind
so
of
confident.
crime.
I don't need all the killing.
I love it. So I watched that. And then we watched a movie together that I actually really loved, but Charles fell asleep during. Anybody that watches
Excuse you?
his stuff
What?
knows. He likes
Excuse
to.
you? What did I fall asleep doing?
Beverly.
Oh, yeah.
Lynn.
I totally fell asleep on that movie. That movie's crazy. I fell
He
right
fell
asleep.
asleep.
Yeah,
But,
I blindly bought it
So
for $8.
I don't know if have you ever seen the movie Slice?
No.
I used to tell
Chance the
everybody
Rapper.
It's really bad, but I love it.
Terrible movie. So is this. Beverly Loughlin.
Right.
It's a terrible movie, but it's
Craig
like
Robinson.
you have huge
Aubrey
names in
Plaza.
it. This is what they do. They make all this money and they're like these big name actors and then they're like, let's do something really stupid. Like they just sit down and they're like, let's do a really fucking stupid movie. And it worked. And it worked. It was a good
Very
movie.
stupid movie.
It was really stupid, but it was
I did laugh at it.
it was
There were-
entertaining. It kept me
Now, did you end up
entertained.
liking it? Because there was like the first couple acts, she was just like, what the hell? I was laughing my head off at the dumbest
I
shit.
feel
And she
like-
was just like, what is this?
I feel like I was like you watching Us the first time. How you explained that you needed to process all of it. I need to watch Beverly Loughlin.
You needed to let it just rock, man. 'Cause it's a weird
I need
movie.
to watch it again.
It is such a weird movie. It's so weird.
I might need some more supplies going into it this time.
I would say,
That
I
might be
think
what it
being
was.
drunk would probably be a good way.
I might not have been in the proper mindset.
I actually think
yeah.
drunk would be. I
Yeah.
actually think drunk would be the best way because that movie's weird.
It's a weird movie.
It's a
but yeah.
weird movie.
The ending, Charles hasn't seen yet. I didn't see it coming.
Oh, I don't want to hear nothing about that. I do not want to be spoiled.
So I'm not gonna release.
I bought it blindly. I will watch it blindly.
But yeah, I'm excited about it. I think that if he continues to buy movies like this blindly, then we'll have.
Good. I have the thumbs up then. Yay!
I like
I
it.
needed
It was
one.
fun. Yeah.
So-
He makes money too, so it's not like.
Yeah.
But I really liked that, and I'm trying to think what else did I watch this week. If there was anything interesting that I watched that I was like, oh, this is really good. We watched wrestling, but that stuff's just not been good for me lately. I don't like it.
She's forgetting a thing that I'm going to mention.
What is it?
We watched Into the Spider-Verse.
We did watch, we did.
I rewatched
I knew
it
I was
4K.
missing something,
It
yeah.
was so good.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, no, her
It was
first
my
time.
first time watching
Her
it.
first time. My third time.
I really liked it. I did. There were a lot of twists and turns in there that I didn't see coming
So good.
as well. It is animated, which is not always my favorite thing,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed
I
it.
love anime.
It was really good animated. It wasn't like shitty animated. Like you have shitty animation and you have good animation, and this was good animation.
right.
This wasn't shitty animation.
Oh, there is shitty animation.
I mean, I know, but I don't partake in that.
Oh, okay.
Everyone is
No, this is
entitled
a
to their own
media-
perception.
My shit's
and
quality,
opinion.
man. My shit's like Thundercats and DuckTales and
Yes.
shit, man. My shit's quality.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
But it was really crisp and it was really nice. We watched it on 4K, which anybody that knows me knows that's my favorite way to watch anything. If it's not 4K, I mean, you might as well just kill me because like what's the point? I don't know. I feel like I watch stuff.
You just got spoiled now.
Yeah.
You
That's
can't
what happens when
go
you're
back.
around me too long.
Because I watched it in theaters and I'm like,
Right,
oh my
right,
god, I
right.
can't wait till this
No,
fucking
yeah,
comes out on
it's
4K.
life-changing.
Then when it does, it's a totally
You know?
different movie. It's the exact same fucking movie, but it's totally different
It's
experience.
like you're in it.
Yeah.
Or like your eyeballs are
Yeah.
inside of the
You're
movie.
seeing it for the first time.
Almost to the point
Yeah.
where I would prefer to pay a subscription to get them out on 4K when they come out, like movies, like pick 3 4Ks a month or some shit, than to have the movie theater subscription. That, in my opinion. But yeah. Other than that, I don't really.
I can make that happen.
We watched Superstore.
Yes.
Superstore is one of our shows that we watch.
Yeah, that episode's okay.
I mean,
It's just a sitcom. Nothing really changes. Nothing ever. It's
It's a
fine.
good show.
It
It's
has.
fine.
I laughed during like every episode, but only because.
I'm also a huge
I worked at a
America
retail
Ferrara
situation.
fan, so
Oh, yeah, yeah. She's pretty.
Yeah, she's good.
well,
at it.
and she produces it
Yeah.
too, so she's like
She's a main actor. She's a
super
main character.
super hands on.
I like the idea of that show.
Having
been
worked
wanting
at
to-
Target,
yeah.
that's one reason I typically watch. I used to work at Target, and it's like
But see, that's
that's what that place is
America
like. It was really
yeah,
weird.
that's a really good reason.
Retail
yeah.
was weird. And
She did
It's nice
women-
watching a retail show.
She
There's
did
not many of
Real
them.
Women Have Curves when I was young, and I feel like that movie made a huge.
I liked her
impression
better
on me
in
as a young girl.
This Is an Emergency. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Where they end up at the end of the world, apparently.
I think with those shows, like retail shows and stuff like that, like for me at least, it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
Because like
Sometimes they're
I
funny,
want like
sometimes they're not.
escapism, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah,
I want to watch
sometimes-
something that's like
Yeah.
really relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want
Oh
it
my
to be
god,
the
this
sad.
is my life.
Yeah, that's why a
Yeah.
sitcom version of retail is fine. I don't
Yeah.
know why it's like a depressing as real life. Oh, this motherfucker can't buy Infamil for their kid and
Oh,
shit
yeah,
because they got sick and
Yeah.
couldn't make hours.
And-
I don't want to see
You
that.
can only take
Yeah.
that, just depending.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
movie.
It's gotta be a light. It's gotta be a light thing. I'm not trying to watch some serious bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
And we haven't watched them yet, but we just got the complete series of Roseanne on DVD
$25.
for $25 at Ollie's. So
That was some good writing, man. I'm
Good
looking
deal.
forward to
I
diving
love
back in.
Roseanne.
Oh, Rose.
R.I.P. girl.
Yeah, this is not even.
Let's pretend she died.
Yeah,
I would rather do that than face reality.
227 episodes were
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, she.
Well, about 220 of 227.
Yeah.
I'm really
207.
sad
Oh,
that
she's
207 of those were great.
she.
20 of those are trash.
I'm just really sad that
She had to go that route.
I'm not.
I'm not even worried about the route that she went. I don't know why everybody's surprised about her comments. She's always been Roseanne.
Oh, it's not.
Like-
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think it was surprised. I was thinking just like you have a certain amount of time to do that.
Yeah.
Her time was up.
Yeah.
She picked the. She no longer had the buffer of the time period, or being that big of a star.
She's just not relevant.
It's a different
anymore.
world.
Yeah.
It's a different world
And
now.
that's what it
And
is.
that's
she
all
was
that
super
was.
relevant in the 90s, and she's not
and the
anymore.
world's different now. The world's a totally
And,
different place. You gotta chill the hell out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be-
Fucking
be
white
mindful-
people out here are
Be
real
mindful of
bullshit.
what you say, man.
So,
Because
I guess they weren't really white people.
people just used to
It's
say
just like
people just used to say whatever they want
people
to.
are
and
really
flip it.
emotional, especially
I mean,
the
see,
the
here's
political climate
That
that we're
shit don't
It
experiencing.
doesn't,
right
yeah,
now.
it just doesn't matter. Like
Fucking
you just, I'll just say this: if you're gonna be spicy, certain types of people just feel like they can say whatever they want to.
Yeah.
And when it comes back to them, I'm like, oh, everybody's so sensitive. Nah, bro, you're just it's over for you.
I guess
you
that
don't
I-
get to say whatever you want to anymore. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I guess just as a Roseanne
It
fan,
doesn't matter. Like,
I was like,
you're
why
done.
would you think anything less of her or more of her? Like
I
that's
don't-
who she is.
I don't
And-
think that
and-
was. I think it was just like, oh, you don't need to have a platform anymore. You're done.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
just because she had at least a period where she had chilled out.
Yeah.
Because she was trying to do something.
Right.
But then once she got back in and she thought she was untouchable, she
Yeah.
starts popping that shit again.
But you know
and
what?
her ass got popped to the mouth.
Shout outs
like,
to Sarah Gilbert
that's what people
because
do.
Sarah
People
Gilbert
get
has
comfortable,
carried
start
that
chirping.
crowd.
They start acting.
They think
like,
that it's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And
or,
like,
you know,
it happens to
15
everybody
years
else, but it
ago.
won't touch me.
Can't
No, it's
do
gonna
it.
touch you. You
But
keep
that's
acting
how
like it.
everyone is though. Like it's
And then
not
the-
just her.
Well, that's the thing,
There's a whole generation of people
Good.
Right?
Good.
You know,
And you know
or
what?
racist
and
and
you know what the good thing is? When they stick their head out and show themselves
Let
for
them
what they
get caught.
are, they get shot. Yeah. you're
Let
gone
them
because
act
that needs
out.
to happen.
It's something
It's a whack of racist.
It's something
Pop your
that's-
dumb ass head up out of here.
Yep.
Get knocked up out here. You
It's a
need to go.
conditioning thing. Yeah, no,
And I
for sure.
can't. And I want you
totally
to keep
get it.
doing with it.
Totally
Keep
get it.
popping up.
And it's gotten more brutal
Yeah.
because, like, you know
People are sick
how
of it.
like they used
How
to
do
be
you not
like,
learn?
oh, my little apology, and people are like, well, yeah, I guess they apologize.
No, it
No,
don't
it's
matter.
gotten more brutal now.
Yeah.
Like, when you're canceled, you're canceled.
Yeah, you gotta wait. You got something to
You're
bitch for a
done.
while, homie.
You're done.
You're done.
You got 5, 10
You're
years. You gotta chill out.
Hell yeah.
She's
It's
old
been-
enough now where she's done.
She's got money. She's straight.
But she's fine, and that's my point.
She just needs to,
It's why-
she needs to produce something.
Why? Like, if you have money, like, I'm good. Just fucking leave me alone. I'm gonna go buy an island.
Well, she obviously didn't have
That's
enough. Some
legit
people
what I
have that
want.
certain desire where they want to get back into stuff.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's whatever. She missed the itch, man.
Solve your problems. Must not have had enough money.
All right, let's not get that. Let's not sing songs that we get copyright stricken.
Anyway.
Thank you. We don't want to get sued. Thank you.
So-
Thank you. Don't
Yes.
sue La Sinema Familia. She'll stop singing songs. Thank you.
But, yeah, I don't know.
I know. What's she doing to me, bro?
Roseanne is good. And shout out to Sarah Gilbert for carrying that show,
Hi.
The Connors, after they
Good show.
wrote off Roseanne. I think that she's a really strong
Hey.
female lead. I'm sure she's got Roseanne in her pocket calling her and saying, hey, oh my god, where the fuck can I go with this
Hi.
episode? But, like, you know.
All right.
It's cool.
Are we done talking about Roseanne? We're done.
Done.
Yeah, but now we need to talk about what you watched this
I mean, I didn't watch anything else other than what she watched, except for I did watch. She watched it too, but she fell asleep. Parts of it. Big Girls Don't Cry. They Get Even. It's old
That was
movie.
last night.
That was awesome. I had never seen that movie.
Actually,
So
I don't
was
think
it
I
about-
fell asleep
You
during
started to
that.
fall asleep towards it. It was it's got a lot of random ass people. Let me see. That's not my phone.
I don't think
Let me
I fell
see. Let me see
asleep.
exactly who's in it. It's nobody like crazy except for Corey Matthews is in that motherfucker.
Corey Matthews is so tiny.
Corey Savage.
You guys.
Brent Savage.
Okay.
Corey.
Boy Meets World.
Corey
Boy
Savage.
Meets World.
Corey Savage.
I mean,
Ben Savage.
I call him Corey
Yes,
Savage.
yes,
It's a mix of.
Fred Savage's little brother.
I love it. He was
Fred
in Little
Savage
Monsters.
was Wonder Years.
Yeah.
Ben Savage was Boy Meets World.
And Little Monsters. They were both in that.
So Ben Savage was like super tiny in this.
Yeah, he was like 6 years
He
old.
was like
It was
so cute.
also, it has the girl from The Wizard, the redhead girl. She's in it too. She plays Corinne, the middle sister. And she's horrible. I hate her.
I don't think she's older, right?
No, she's younger.
She's younger than the girl Laura.
Mhm.
Huh.
Or she's around the same age, actually. She's around the same age.
Oh, okay.
Um,
They're stepsisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're the same age. Which is weird.
You
It
know.
was a good movie. It was fun. It was always one of those ones that was on like old tapes I would get when I was going to Farmore to rent movies.
Yeah.
And they never had it at Farmore, so I never saw it.
It was a cute movie.
Then I watched it and I was like, this movie's awesome. I love it. So I'll probably never watch it again. Who knows? I mean, there's plenty of weird.
It was
from
a free-
1992.
Yeah, it was a free voodoo movie.
I mean, if it was
good.
on Blu-ray for, well, let me rephrase that. If it was on DVD or Blu-ray for $7, I'd buy that thing right now. Cause I get down.
Yeah, it was good.
Which I need to watch. I got something on my menu that I got from used bookstore on Hillsborough Street for $1.
Nice.
Soul Man. Because that movie's racist and I love it. It's problematic as shit. It's a guy. I love that movie. As a kid, I watched it over and over.
That's so wild, man.
I love that movie because it was an 80s high concept
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
This white kid wants to go to school here.
Fucking
He's gotta
crazy.
he's gotta be black because he put down and he's a scholarship.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna date a black girl. And then when I go date on the date with a white girl, her dad's gonna see me as a watermelon eating pill.
Oh my God.
And see, here's the thing though. I got something different from that. I got the whole idea was like, no matter what, all you gotta do is just have that color of skin, and the dude's gonna see like that no matter who the fuck you are. It don't matter. And that was a good, as like a 6-year-old, like 7-year-old, that was a good thing for me as a black kid to say.
Yeah.
Even though you would think it'd be problematic now, as a kid it didn't mean anything because I didn't give a
I
shit.
mean, but they're not.
I just knew that I was a black kid. I didn't know
Do
that it
you
was
not
negative
think
for
that
me.
Black Klansman is problematic?
No, not even a little bit.
No.
No,
No. Okay.
not even a little bit. What's problematic about it?
I mean, I don't. First of all, I don't like.
See, but
I don't like white supremacy.
But see, but,
I feel like.
but that's not what the movie's about though.
It's not. It's about
It's just
fooling these dumbasses.
Well, yeah, it's about
yeah.
this guy's story. It's just this guy's story was so interesting that we gotta make a movie. This shit is made for a
It's
movie.
insane, yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind
It's
of,
insane.
No, I
This-
really like that movie.
Contradictory.
and so many just
it's a shock value
and
kind
so
of-
many
It's
just like
very-
like is a screwball comedy that just has a high concept that
Yeah.
would never be made now because they're not going to have you do the black skin thing.
Which
Right.
there is a.
But it has a story to say.
A serious graphic novel that reminded me of that, which I'm surprised they haven't tried to make a movie about it.
The Punisher getting black skin in that story arc in the 80s.
No, not that
That
one.
was problematic.
It's called Incognito, and it's by Vertigo Comics.
Yes,
and
I know what you're
essentially, it
I haven't read that
doesn't say
forever.
that it's based on a true story, but essentially this light-skinned black guy, he's really, really light-skinned. You can kind of be fooled to think that he's white, dude. He goes in and infiltrates,
I forgot about that one.
the Klan.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, and so it's a very high tension story. Oh my God, are they gonna find out that he's actually not blah blah? So it's insane, but it's very it's a serious one. There's little very
if it's Vertigo, Vertigo's not for the fun and game games.
Yeah, they're really
I've been reading
some
Vertigo stuff here recently. It's been a
You
while.
think that would be a high concept?
That would be a high concept,
Film.
very.
I don't. Would they make
Based
that
off of a
movie
graphic
now?
novel?
With
Is it an actual
Black
novel
Panther's
or
been
a graphic novel?
They may.
Is it an actual novel or a graphic
It's
novel?
a graphic
It's a
novel.
graphic novel.
like World of Perdition and that shit.
So could it be a show then? Maybe. Is it long enough?
Would it be a show? Nah.
I feel like it would
be a
be
movie.
it'd be like a TV miniseries.
It would, yeah, it would
like
be
maybe
a
6 episodes or something?
Yeah, maybe not even an AMC one, maybe an HBO.
Yeah, it would have to be something.
It would have to be where.
Well, whoever's
they
watching this
show
right
them.
now.
It would have to be. Don't you make it? We got it.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Vertigo, if you want us home, holler, come holler.
Right.
Just know that we said it first.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah,
we put it into the ethos, so
Yes.
now it's not even ours anymore.
No.
We put it out there.
Damn it.
We
But it's okay because we can still claim it when it comes out.
Right.
Yes.
As ours.
We'll have no
First.
legal, but we can still
Right.
do that.
Vertigo.
Yeah. Vertigo owns all
Well,
rights
when did
to
you
our-
write this? Because today's date is.
It's been around for a while. It's been around for a
Has
while.
been. But it's an
I forgot when it
amazing
came out.
thing,
But it's
and
been
people should read that story.
read all Vertigo, man. Vertigo's
so,
good stuff.
Yes.
I just
What?
we're rereading Clean Room. Shit's good.
What is that?
It's. I'm gonna have to read more before I get back to that
All right.
because I feel like if I talk about the first volume, I can only do it by spoiling everything,
Oh, okay, never mind.
and I don't want to because it's
Yeah.
so crazy.
Okay.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to.
No.
But speaking of that, we're
Spoiler.
gonna do a spoiler for us after we do this wrap
yeah.
up. So
Wrap up.
I would like to
wrap up.
thank everyone for
Thank
joining us for the
you.
first episode
Yes.
of La Sinema Familia.
First.
We hope you'll stick around with us.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean we'll be here either way.
We'll be around.
We'll be around.
We're
either way.
out.
So you can
So
either
you
come
can watch us.
or you don't. But you
Hit
can
the
tell your
buttons.
friends.
All the
But
buttons.
yes.
Oh yeah. Doing the news America. Just like and subscribe if you like
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where do they usually point? Subscribe.
Yeah,
Down,
at the bottom.
down here.
Right.
Down
Hit
at
the
bottom,
subscribe
yeah.
button.
Yeah.
It's right there. You got it.
Miriam,
What's
where
up?
can the world find you when you're not here?
When I'm not here, they can find me in Instagram at KidSchimmel. So KIDXIMIL. Yes.
Get that beautiful artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that.
What you got?
I'm Beautiful Nightmare on Twitter, but I think my actual handle is at Queen_E_baby, spelled BAYBE. And on Insta, I am mash1189, EMASH1189. And then, Facebook is my government. Emily Scales.
Yeah, man.
So that's me.
And then
And Mr. Hollywood Cinema.
My Twitter handle is at Hollywood Cinema, and that is cinema with SINEMA. Because I'm different.
Yes.
I'm sinful.
It's also his stage name.
Yeah, stage name when I
Yeah.
when I want to take off the hoodie. When I do my burlesque show with hoodie, call that the Bear
Hollywood
Men's hoodie.
Cinema.
Bear Cinema. Yes, just at Hollywood Cinema, and I think that's also my Instagram as well. I'll double check that 'cause I don't remember, but I think it's at Hollywood Cinema. Once again, cinema is spelled
Because he's different.
SINEMA because I'm different.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But yeah, after we're gonna cut on that. Thank you for joining us. This is Hollywood Cinema. Beautiful Nightmare. And Mimi.
Hey.
Catch
Have
you
a good one.
Bye.
Ready to do this spoiler review?
Yes.
Yeah, this is
Alright.
spoiler review.
Let's
But
get
my list
our
of notes has
spoilers.
gotten so much longer since
I feel like I'm gonna be
we started
attacked.
talking.
You
You probably
I
are.
don't care because I have logistic
people are
problems.
But
I
we're
have
gonna be
logistic
attacked
problems.
as well, so
You've always
No,
been the devil's
I have no problem with it. I love it. I live there.
I know. So you
All right.
again, I feel
defend
like
yourself.
your knowledge of film.
I can always back up what I'm saying. I feel like
it's
that's why
more
I'm always.
extensive
That's why I'm
than,
always so confident about what
than
I'm
the
saying.
common layman.
And I'm just like, yo, I know.
yeah.
You're prepared. You got
Yeah.
your guns.
I know.
Yeah.
And if I'm expressing an opinion, it's because I thought about it.
Right, but like I'm saying, I feel like
You're like,
a
come on.
common
Come at me,
man
bro.
is not as educated
Come
in
at me,
film
bro.
as
Come at
you
me,
are.
bro.
At me, bro.
I'm
At me.
medium.
I mean, it just takes
Good.
a bunch of
Yeah, I'm
watching
just-
movies.
I'm learning, and trust me, being married to Charles has
I'm gonna make you watch
I-
damn
Well,
movies.
yeah, it's-
woken you.
a little, yeah, it's definitely changed some of my.
I ain't trying to sit through no bullshit.
It's like-
like sit through no
because
bullshit.
he has really valid points sometimes, and I mean, people make me think.
No, yes,
Shit,
yes,
like,
yes. I
he's-
feel like it's good to like.
He really doesn't know what he's talking about.
criticize
What
that.
do you think?
Of course,
I wanna-
I'm gonna
reevaluate
push
things
back
all the
too,
time.
though.
And
I
you
think
should.
Anyone who
It's
knows
all
me knows I'm
subjective.
gonna push back if I don't agree.
It's all subjective, yo.
Yeah.
And I always say that.
No.
It's always subjective.
Yeah.
And I do want to like piggyback off of like what you're saying a little bit,
Mhm.
even though I'm like, you know, oh, I love Jordan
Yeah.
Peele and all this shit, but you know, going into the spoilers.
Spoilers.
Spoiler
Spoilers.
When you said, oh, I kind of knew what was gonna go on, like in the mirror scene, you know, like when the little
Yeah.
girl goes in and
Yeah,
she
she's-
sees herself.
She sees the back of her head.
I knew, you know, but I was still going into it being like, oh, I love this anyway.
Yo,
but
when they don't show her run,
Yes.
when they don't show her run away, I'm
Yes.
like, yo, she did not run away.
Yeah.
Like,
But what is
instantly
the cut
I-
scene on that though? I feel like it cuts to something completely different.
Nothing.
Cuts to the
It-
card ride. home.
Yeah, her being in the car
So-
and her being quiet
So
and
we
being
don't,
uneasy.
but we don't know if she screamed and ran. Like I guess
we
that's
know
where
she
it,
didn't. That's the whole thing.
that's
They
where it
show you
left it
that
up
she
to.
doesn't.
You
I
know-
knew she didn't
you know what
instantly.
gave it
when
away?
You see the back of the head and then you go away.
and you see her.
assume.
You see her go to scream and then nothing.
I did
And then it
assume.
cuts
Well, the
away.
trailer
At
kind
that
of gave that away
point.
too,
Yeah.
you know, with the scream.
Mhm.
They switch.
And they show that girl's face, which is.
Yes.
I'm like, yo, no,
I will say
First
that
off, that's some creepy
that
shit.
gave me goosebumps.
I will
Yeah, I didn't like
say
that shit.
at the
I didn't like that at
beginning,
all.
I
That had me
didn't.
fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't. There was not a lot of information for you to know who this was doing this. You
Yeah,
understood a little bit further as
That
you
was
got
way
into
more
it.
interesting when they didn't give
Yes,
me
because they didn't preface it.
Because all
Um,
that shit at the end was just like, what?
I will tell you,
Yeah.
I
Are
was.
you effing? Like, I
I'm
remember it was
They
just
were
like,
feeding you everything.
yo, when they finally started like this is from the government. I was
Yeah.
like, are you fucking kidding
So,
me?
at the
I wish
beginning,
they wouldn't have said
I would have been fine with the last 30 minutes being taken out.
The opening with the rabbits.
It's instant. Like that's
Right.
instantly when I knew there was cloning.
I
Instantly.
okay.
Because it's so
that
obvious.
didn't give me that. I didn't get that. I was like, what the
That
fuck
gave me
is
that.
going
It
on?
was just like when I see them
with
all in
these
the cages,
rabbits.
I'm like,
Yes,
You
I'm
knew.
thinking animal
Yeah.
testing,
Yeah, I'm like,
laboratory.
I'm like,
I am
it's
thinking
all the
that.
same thing. There's
I was
slight
not thinking
differences.
cloning.
They even
I
show,
didn't think
they even show,
Clones.
they show the us word on the bunny. So they show that
Oh,
we're the test,
okay.
we're the test subjects.
Okay.
And then they start showing all the same things.
So you read way far.
Yeah.
into
It was just like, I was like, oh, so
I
I know
don't.
exactly what time
My
it is.
brain doesn't work.
Because
that
there's
way.
no reason for that shot to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, right? Because you could have started that. You could have started the movie anyway. You
Okay.
didn't have to show the rabbits.
All right.
There's no reason to show the rabbits.
At the
So,
beginning.
yeah.
There's no reason to show the laboratory
So the-
that you're not going to get to until the end of the movie.
The other thing in the
Because it's never
beginning
shown again.
that I really felt didn't link to the trailer that I wouldn't have guessed without going and seeing the movie is how
Yeah.
they prefaced it with, we have these tunnels that are just beneath us and they're
Yeah.
just there, like they're abandoned, there's nothing in them, maybe they were used for something back when, but now they're just there. Some of them we couldn't even tell you why they're
Yeah,
there.
I instantly knew that we were going to go back. I knew
so
we were
yeah.
going to be in a sewer at
Yeah.
some situation.
So I knew that was coming.
and also Chud, because Chud is just a sewer
I
creature.
knew that was coming. I've never seen Chud, so I don't have any.
It's
I have nothing to
horrible.
relate that to.
You know, it's so weird because and I love like listening to like everybody's like opinions
Yeah.
about like what this movie may have been about. Or
Yeah, because it could be anything.
You could go into it like
You can
thinking
get deep
anything,
with this.
right?
Mhm.
You get super deep with
and
this.
that's why I love the symbolism. Like me going into it, the reason why I kind of ignored the whole like, oh, you know, this is like a precursor of like what is, you know, obviously maybe gonna happen.
Yeah.
I was looking at it as like, oh, something may have happened to this girl. At the beach.
This was
not
an
to deal
example.
with a hard,
Yeah,
you know,
it could have
but
been
to
an
do
actual thing.
Yeah, an actual thing,
Yeah.
like some man
Yeah,
grabbing her
yeah.
or something like that. That's
Because
how I went in it, right?
they show
Yeah.
the guy watching her.
Yeah. So I was like, well, what's
Because
gonna happen?
and it
That's,
builds
you know,
tension because you see people not paying attention to her the entire
Right,
time,
she's gonna
except for
get
that one
kidnapped.
guy. That one guy
Yeah,
pays attention to her.
exactly.
And it
So
makes
the guy
you
with
feel
the sign.
it made me uneasy. I was just like, please don't
Guy
tell
with
me this
the
is gonna be that
sign.
movie, yo.
Yeah,
I
was
don't
like,
want this
yeah.
shit.
And then you had the us theme, you know, which to me I took it as like you know how like therapists and you know they have said that like sometimes our ancestors carry
Yes.
you know their traumatic stuff.
There's a
carries
documentary about
through
that,
the-
Sorrow Milk or
yes.
something like
You-
that. About
and-
a group of
yeah.
being raped and then they pass that sadness on to their baby through
Exactly,
the
and
breast
then
milk.
because they never
Just
get
fucked.
over it,
Yeah,
right?
just
and
fucked.
that's kind of
I was
how
not
like,
breastfed. So
Yeah.
thank you, Mom.
I was, but I don't
That's
give
what
a shit.
I was getting from the movie. Like, you know, the chick hadn't really conquered her repressed
Yeah.
memory and, you know, like her trauma.
The-
so
the-
that's why
The
going
stuff with the
back.
mom and dad was weird.
Yeah. So I was just like, maybe
no
this is
purpose.
like
There was
symbolism.
a really unstable
Yeah.
youth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this girl.
her dad was drunk
An
and didn't give a
alcoholic.
shit and was too busy doing his own thing.
And the mom was
Yeah.
one of those that was like she was
Maggie.
stand by her man,
Yeah.
but she was still upset that
Yeah.
he wasn't.
I'm like, why don't you take your kid to the bathroom?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like,
and pointing out
It was
things
so
that
weird.
can you
it's like,
just
why-
watch her? Yeah.
Like, that's
So
a
then-
weird kind of flippant thing. Just watch your kid. Like,
Well,
no,
yeah,
bro.
watch your fucking kid.
I thought she was going to leave. I thought her mom was about to say, bumping them out.
Yeah,
And then I
yeah.
felt the same way when the dad went to go get cigarettes. And then when I saw the picture in the house, and I only saw the mom and her, I was like, okay, the dad did leave.
So I had
The dad did leave eventually.
my mind went two different ways though
Okay.
when this beginning scene happened where she walked away. She walks into this house of mirrors.
Right.
Clearly, this was going to be a big thing because they show you the
That
building, they
stupid ass
show
whistling
you
too pissed me
the
off.
name. She was whistling using like it was like echolocation. Like in
Oh,
my
no,
mind that's what
But when the whistling continued, I was like, are
Yeah.
you fucking kidding
So clearly
me?
somebody was mimicking her in there.
Yeah, I was
physically.
like, yo, that's somebody else. That's not a friggin' thing. Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
So then they show the shot where she's looking at the back of her own head.
Yeah.
And then
Blows me
it
out.
snaps to the car. And
Yeah.
now you get the smile in the car. But my thing was, I don't have any
She didn't smile.
knowledge.
No, she did. It was later. They showed
It
it
was
later.
later,
Her
but
reflection.
Yeah.
But that was
Yeah.
when she was in the mirror.
but you
dancing.
don't have anything to relate this character to. So I'm thinking that maybe this thing, whatever it is, this other her, just touched her or something, right? PTSD, because then they're taking her to like these therapists
Or,
and stuff like
yeah.
that. Like something happened, she's not talking.
Or she was just the plain being alone thing
Yeah.
and being lost.
Right.
In general.
It's a traumatic thing. You're
Yes.
a little girl.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't know for sure if it was like a flop. If there was a flip flop.
I will say this too.
Yeah.
Problem is, I also saw the trailer and they showed me that it was going to be somebody look just like her.
Yeah.
That trailer does show you
But that's what I'm
instantly,
saying.
and
Like
that's
when
kind of
you're
a problem.
watching it, you're
Yeah,
just
I
like,
instantly thought about.
That's
I
that's
know
true
it's gonna
as
be
well.
another
you
person.
should have
That's true
not
as well.
shown
Yeah.
as
It
much.
should have just been us and just keep it as vague as possible.
Yeah.
Because I had enough information to
Yeah.
piece it in instantly. As soon
Yeah,
as
that's
stuff
what
started
I was
happening.
surprised about it. I was like, okay, they're showing a little bit much, but
Yeah.
you know, like.
Hey, watching the trailer
Like,
now, it's
But
just like
the
yeah.
way that
Like,
they
they
went
show the stuff.
about
They show
it
the stuff
though,
in the on the boat with the flare.
They showed
Like
the
they do.
underground.
I also- yeah.
I'm just like, yo,
I
you're
also
showing
was
me.
like,
They did
I
that
didn't
much.
understand, and I guess this is just from me being who I am. Like,
Yeah.
my husband knows everything about me from the time I was little to now, whether he was there for it or not. Like, you know, we just have that kind of relationship.
Right.
And I always assume that other people have that relationship in their marriage, especially when I'm literally watching this movie and
Yes.
thinking, wow, this is so us. Like,
That was really weird.
the first
That's
thing I
also
said to
telling
him
as
when
well,
we
which
left
you
the
mentioned.
theater is I said, you could have written this movie because literally it reminded me of our relationship.
Right.
Like many pieces of it.
But then there are things that you're just like, why don't I know this about you? You know, like if we're married,
It's a weird
you know?
thing.
Right.
Yeah,
So
they're
I'm like, wait.
And obviously, you got a
how
problem
does
with the
he-
beach, so how is this not coming
Yeah.
up?
This
yeah,
specific
how can you not
beach.
dig into
Yeah.
that? Like,
Where
I
you
feel-
have a house.
And
That's the
he
part.
complains about having a beach house and never going to the beach.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. And then she keeps having these flashbacks, and that's when I realized that was her. Because I'm like, oh shit, that's her.
Yeah,
So then
yeah,
I
yeah.
realized it puts together, the house and stuff like that. Because they drop little there's little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
They said, Jason, this is his first time coming to the beach house since
Mm-hmm.
Grandma died.
Even just the way she's watching her memories of herself in the mirror, like when she's in that
You can
basement
tell
with the thing,
there's
she's
something there.
watching it
Yeah.
as if she's watching
Scared.
somebody else through a thing where it's just like, you see the little, and she's like, that
Yeah.
smile, I was like,
I'm sorry, but that smile always
that,
creeps
yeah,
me
the
fuck
smile,
out.
the smile,
That's
all the smiles in this movie were creepy. Like, they were all really creepy. All that and the weird noise making.
I'm just like,
The
oh,
weird
Jesus.
noise making. And then
I like
they
it.
go,
Oh,
she
the
did,
little
she
boy.
did. Oh, that little
The
boy.
little-
I would say that little boy
little
got on my
predator.
nerves. That little boy got on my nerves.
Why?
Which one? The evil or
No,
the
the regular one.
Okay.
Whenever he was like, I'm gonna scare my sister and then hide in his room and put like a ambulance right. I'm like, are you ever serious? You know that this door locks. Why are you
Right,
in
right.
there?
That's what the mom
And I know why you're in there because your mom is one of the people that stays down in the bottoms.
Yeah,
So you have a little bit of that. But why isn't your sister like that?
yeah.
That's another problem I have logistically when I think about it. I'm like,
Maybe
hold
the
up.
little sister wasn't breastfed.
I mean, here's the thing: you introduce the idea that the two kids are very different, right?
I mean, but that's pretty typical,
But
right?
here's the thing:
In
this
families?
lady should automatically, since she's not the real person, there should be something off about her kids, and not just her kid loves to wear a mask and plays magic.
Okay, but think about
It's weird.
Think about how this relationship changes by the end of the movie, though.
Also, I'm curious too because if
The son was not having it at the end of the movie.
see, but here's the
Yes.
But here's
He
the
wasn't
thing. I have a
We can get
point.
into that
Yeah,
later
I have
as we
a,
go
I have a
through
thing
this.
that doesn't make any sense to me, right?
Right.
If, all intents and purposes, Red, they call her Red.
Red is the-
Red is
yes.
A,
Red is Adelaide's.
Adelaide is B, right?
Yes.
Okay. A is the real Adelaide.
Yes.
So even anything that other chick does, I don't know why is she automatically, she shouldn't be bound to the same rules
Yeah.
as what old girl should have been when she was down there.
That's true.
Because
Yes.
all of a sudden the magic transfers
Yeah.
because you're underground. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Also, not even to mention the fact that you're tethered and you guys have a connection, but killing each other does nothing. It does nothing. It
You would think that would remove your soul or something.
It means
like,
nothing. It's just you're just killing
Just
a
turn
thing.
you into an evil.
Essentially, it
So
should
what's
have
the
been like
point?
a theory, right?
Yeah.
If I kill you,
Yeah.
you know, then
But
you'll
and,
die.
yeah, and
but
also
why
the
did
idea
you
that
go
these
there?
scientists just left this thing and it obviously works.
Yeah, why
They wouldn't be
Obviously
trying
works.
to.
supervise?
Yeah, it
They couldn't
obviously
try to
works.
kill each other, though.
You have power. You
story
have the
wouldn't
means
work.
to use the bathroom and remove waste. Like, even just the part where they have the people, like, when they're walking on the boardwalk, you see all the crazy people down there. It looked like an asylum. I would have preferred it just be an asylum.
That's what I was thinking. Though.
But when it's just like, what? Like, so you tell me everywhere, like, just for...
Like,
just
everybody.
For every step
Everybody
for step,
has an evil.
somebody is able, like, so this,
Yeah.
if this is the world, there are 3 people just sitting around doing this?
So we talk about
That doesn't make any
symbolism.
sense.
Yeah.
There's something.
And what about people who are watching stuff on TV? Are they watching other people who are also doing? It doesn't hold up to any actual thinking of
Yeah.
how things work, and that's my main
And
problem.
There's another.
I'm
there's
so weird about
a
that.
piece of symbolism, like
So
to
weird.
piggyback
I
off
get
of
it,
what
but
you were
it's so
saying
weird.
earlier.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Everybody has an evil side, and
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
has a good side.
Yeah.
And I feel like this movie just took it to another level with trying to
They
explain
shouldn't.
your good side and your evil side, right? Like your evil side doesn't even live with you. It's like this thing that's
Downstairs.
below ground that's just doing the same things you are,
It's so weird.
but for different reasons. You know? And
It's-
I think that's
I like that, and I do like Charles, you know, like your
It's
way
so
of
weird.
viewing it, because you're like, but why though?
Yeah, like
You know, like,
because
you are left
it's
with
2
that.
hours.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours. There
They
has to
never
be a
really
reason.
explain-
you feel
Why?
like you got let down because nobody
Um,
told you why after you spent 2 hours watching this movie.
And because even in the grand scheme of the movie, they tell you why, but it's
They
not
do
even a
tell you
good
why.
reason.
They tell you that
They
it
tell you
doesn't
what you
matter.
need to
know.
Like, you know, like
Yeah.
at the beginning, it's kind of like a cheap shot,
Yeah.
like you know, a cheap.
It's a Twilight Zone movie.
explanation,
It's a Twilight
you know,
Zone
like,
episode.
Because you know, it's like, oh, they're underground types.
Because
like,
how was she
An
able to?
explanation.
How was the family able to get over to them, right? In a way, because before they literally showed her having to walk her ass
Yes.
all the way up to
Yeah.
a meeting point.
Yes, yes.
So when that chick left the beach, you started moving.
But like, what
Like,
triggered the little?
Yeah,
you know,
all of
like,
a sudden
let me
you
get
can
off
do
track.
it. Yeah, all of a sudden you're independent from.
So-
that's the thing. All of a sudden you're independent from the puppet thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes you aren't.
Yeah,
Like
no.
the kid was all of a sudden back. He did it twice. He did it with the mask.
Yeah.
He did it inside, but he didn't do it when the kid jumped out of the room.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, because
so
it wasn't
odd.
always like
there
that.
was,
It
like,
wasn't
a lot of
consistent.
plot holes,
Yeah, I just don't
like,
understand
you
how
just
any of
feel
this
like
works
you know.
because
I don't understand why they had free will at certain
Yeah.
times either. I don't understand that. Like
It doesn't make sense.
some of it was free will, and then some of it was like clearly they
Do
were
whatever they
being
wanna do.
controlled by the human and the soul.
Yeah.
So the one that had the human body with the soul intact was controlling
so
the tether.
weird to me, man.
But it was like
You're like so
you
many
know.
questions.
And that's the only problem with like high concept things. If
you have to be prepared to.
Yeah.
because why do it?
there was also
If you're just telling me it's just because you could have made that a 30-minute short film.
Yeah.
I didn't like.
Like it's just weird because it is weird.
Yeah, and that's
There-
fine.
there was another comment
But
that was
just
made
please, just let me know that.
at the beginning of the movie. I don't know if
It's
y'all
such a good
caught this
movie.
or not. I caught it because it's something that Charles says all the fucking time, and so I was like, I tapped him when she said it.
Yeah, yeah.
The daughter was in the car and they're driving, and this scene where they're driving to the beach was a pretty big scene symbolically.
Yes.
And the daughter Zora says the government puts fluoride in our water to control
there's a
us.
reason why she says that.
And then if you so when you go
Yeah, I
see it
always
again,
say it.
pay attention
I
to
always
that
say
remark
fluoride, man.
because he always says that shit. So that's why I
Mind
remember
control,
it.
dog.
Even just jokingly.
I mean, he's
shit,
not
I get that
joking.
shit.
He's
My
not
girl,
joking.
I use
He's
toothpaste
so
with no
serious.
fluoride.
Yeah.
I do too.
I don't play.
I don't
Yeah.
use.
I don't like it. They did it in the Captain
Don't
America comic
control
book, and I was like, oh,
I have
no,
my
no.
own fucking
Captain
thoughts,
America
fuck
comic?
you.
You're putting
Yeah.
the Captain America comic? You think I'm not going to pay attention to my forms of media?
Wow.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm not doing
So
it.
she says this in the car,
Yeah.
and so then that I feel like that's a huge foreshadowing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
As
absolutely.
well, and I think that it was such a small thing that maybe a lot of people didn't click with them. Again, if my husband hadn't said this all the time, it wouldn't have stuck
I have
with
a
me
healthy
either. I don't
distrust
think
of
in
the
the way
world.
that it did. So I think that because I had that previous experience with him saying it in the past and me
Yeah.
knowing this already, and then the little girl says it in the car. Whereas I've never known it to be a huge broadcasted public
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah.
now the whole
Stay
fucking world
woke.
knows.
Stay
Don't drink
woke.
water, y'all.
Stay woke.
Too much
They
fluoride.
get you.
Right.
That's how you
But,
get you docile, man.
But yeah, so and that I think was a huge
Like
foreshadowing
the
to like
tree,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
like,
kinda
what it
yes.
is.
Control.
they're controlling you with the fluoride.
That's how you make your other.
And maybe that's why they had some free will.
It's so weird.
It's the fluoride.
I can't think about
I
it
don't
too
know,
much
but
because it
it's
doesn't
like-
make any sense.
Yeah.
You know.
But my thing is.
So I
like,
can't wait to watch the
maybe-
commentary for it though.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
looking forward to buying this. Like, there
I
better
do,
be a
yeah,
commentary.
I'm looking forward to
There
it.
Well,
better be a commentary.
And then another so moving forward to where we're at the house and it's the night and they're standing at the we're at the Wilsons' house. Is it Wilsons? The Wilsons? I
The
think
other
that's
family?
them.
Which
no,
one's
no,
the
no, no.
white family or
The black family.
I think it is the.
The
I think it is the
Wilsons or
Wilsons.
something like that.
Oh,
We're-
this was.
We're at their house, and the family's standing outside.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I'm wondering. I'm like, oh shit! Like, they could have really fucked with this family hardcore. If it were me that wrote this movie,
Yeah.
I would have had them change into clothes, like real clothes.
Yeah,
They kept on
red
these
suit.
red outfits,
Yeah.
so you could.
That's another problem.
I guess that was your way of
Where did you get
differentiating.
Look at the outfits. Where you
Yeah,
get, where you
no,
get
that
the
was
one
what I was
glove,
thinking.
yo?
Yeah.
Where you
Where
get
did
the
you get the nice
scissors?
glove?
Where's
the
everybody
Thriller
getting?
T-shirt. There was a lot of things that
I'm like,
Charles was
who
like,
made
where the
that?
fuck-
Who made the Dark Side
Because
T-shirt?
if you don't come up from this
Because
bunker,
she has a shirt that
Who
is
made it?
exactly just a flip side of the
Yeah.
Thriller. Who made that for her?
We saw a lot of Black Flag shirts.
Yeah.
I wonder what's his.
I'm
Jordan
not too
Peele
sure. I haven't listened to a lot of
deal
Black
with
Flags. I'm
Flag.
not too sure.
I
But it's so
wanna know.
weird.
but I felt like if there could have been a whole nother plot twist to this movie where
Yeah.
they're even getting further into disguising themselves in the home, because if they had broken in and put on clothes,
Well, some of the
you
boy-
wouldn't know.
The boy wouldn't be able to.
Other than the fact that they didn't communicate.
The
They
boy,
did
the boy's
not
got a whole. The
use
boy's got the burnt
Yeah.
face. He
English
can't do nothing about
for
it.
communication.
Yeah.
They did not use English words
No, they-
for communication,
Which
other
is
than
why- which is
Adelaide,
why
because she
Red-
had that
yeah.
previous
because she was
life
a regular
on the top.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so everybody grunted. So that
So that
even
makes sense.
changing
Also,
clothes
her
wouldn't
dancing.
have-
Why does she go upside down? Who does a ballet dance when they go upside down and do handstands?
What do you mean?
When she's she's dancing
Yeah.
in the hallway, she does like a handstand.
So I think, but I
And
think
I'm
I
like,
would have tried to trick
You
her.
are in a dress tutu. That's not how ballet works, lady. You don't do handstands. Why are you doing a handstand? You not know what this like you're. What is that? Like I instantly just like what?
Well, because I mean, if you're like the downstairs person, like the other clone, you're not gonna exactly do the dance perfectly.
But she was though. She was
They
doing
were doing
every
the same
move that
thing.
that girl
Yeah.
did, and then they
Oh,
switched
the
her.
original one
Yeah,
was
and-
also
yeah.
doing the handstand.
Because and that's the weird. Like the original one, Underground was doing
Yeah.
the handstand. I was like, what the fuck are you doing the handstand
Yeah.
for? Nobody does like a handstand in ballet.
Yeah, I mean,
That doesn't make any sense. Because that would mean the other girl upstairs does that shit, and she's instantly that day it stops instantly. She's a handstand. They're like, no.
also,
Stop. What are you doing?
so
weird.
So after this scene,
Maybe it's
right?
because if you're a baby, maybe that's when they have the most control.
So then they go over to their white friend's house because they're
Yeah.
like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So the white people, they're terrible people.
That was a really long scene for
They
no
really,
reason.
they really portray them as just being super white.
Oh, they're materialistic. They were they
Yeah.
were
They're
the exact
like-
opposite of that family.
Really ritzy.
Yeah.
That's why you see them all get murdered because
Yeah,
because
really
they're
fast.
They had an Alexa. Her name is Ophelia.
Yes.
She was cool. I liked
She did
her.
stuff that didn't make any sense for what they were saying.
I maybe.
I got mine.
Wow.
Thank you, Kindle.
Yeah,
What
sorry,
is
girl.
this?
Sorry.
Amazon.
Everybody can hear us at all times.
I feel like I may be reaching, but maybe I feel the reason why Jordan decided to maybe like kill off the white family first was because like
Because the
maybe, like, his
anti-black
story-
family. That's what I instantly thought. I was like,
You know,
okay,
you
cool.
know,
The
like,
white
they kill
families. The white guy was the
black
first one to die.
people first. You know?
The homeless white guy was
It's
the
their
first one to die.
mentality.
Yeah.
And then these shitty because that's the way horror movies do though. You introduce these annoying characters
Yes.
so that they can die later.
I don't blame him though, because if you were usually
Oh, no, I
it's
would-
the black
I would-
people that
I would
die
absolutely
first,
have
so-
the white people die first
Yeah.
in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I was, when I was watching it, I was just like, "Whoa, they did that really fast!" Like,
And
they didn't even.
And
Fucking
actually,
know.
I thought that
So
was
I
the
was
most
like,
effective
oh,
part.
he's giving.
That was
away
the most
pieces.
effective
So, but
use
when-
of the others by just showing up and murdering things.
So
Because
when
that other
this
shit
is
was
going
so
on
unnecessary.
though, so think about it this way, because when
So
this is
unnecessary.
going on, I'm thinking to myself, okay, they know that this is where they're coming. So the white people, who are the tethers of the friends, come in and just knock off the family real quick. Old
Yeah.
girl gets in a bathrobe.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah,
Elizabeth
Well,
Moss's
they all
character, Kitty?
get well, no, and so does the guy. He just acts like the other guy.
Exactly.
Which he
So,
should be acting like him once he's dead.
I feel like that is how they
Something else.
Because yeah, you
they
don't- you
gained
don't
their
have
trust
that.
a little bit that way, because if they had showed up and their white friends were there in those red jumpsuits,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
were
here's the
not.
thing, though.
It was not
It
about
was-
to go down like
but
that.
They knew it instantly because as soon as she got to the door, she saw the blood and then they grab her.
Yeah,
So even that, they don't even have to do that. It's just they literally answer the door,
yeah.
and it's literally as soon as he opens the door.
But I'm also
They know
so
what's happening.
no one else in this movie, none of the other evils showed any signs of self-harm. Kitty, who is Elizabeth Moss's character,
Yeah.
She was scratching her face for some reason.
she cut
Yeah,
the
that's
evil,
Yeah.
cut her face.
Yeah.
Like
Good scene,
this.
but it was
Well,
random
why?
as shit.
It was
Yeah,
so
I
random.
didn't see.
I did not
themselves
understand
hurting.
why. Yeah.
And also her other was dead.
The other was
So
dead.
you
so
should
why
not
are
be
you
doing
harming
anything
yourself?
that these.
I don't. Yeah. So I did not. That part was.
Also, why does harming
That
her
part
other not
was-
do anything?
That part was part.
Killing an other should do something if you can make the other person's body move.
That's
if
true.
you move.
Yeah.
You would think so. You would think it would end, but it ends their control over you.
But here's the thing, though.
It ends their control over you.
Yeah, but
it's freeing.
But here's the thing. They even go to the point where Adeline tells you that she had a baby because the other one had a baby, right?
Yeah. They all had partners.
She said she didn't get to choose that.
Yeah. So
she said it wasn't her choice.
Yeah.
So she was just explaining that the person on the top was the privileged one who got to make all these fucking choices. I'm down here.
It's obvious. That's obvious, but the idea.
But I'm jailed. I'm caged. I feel like that was the idea.
I know. Let me finish.
Okay.
That's an obvious idea. She literally lays it out in her words.
Right.
Yeah.
My thing is, so when she has sex, you have to have sex, but that is a certain source of control that for some reason does not work at certain points for no given reason.
Okay.
You know, like the idea that you have a baby the same time as her. That's pretty intricate connection.
Yeah.
Why does that stop at random ass
and
points for
where
no
are these
reason?
like people born at? You know, like how are
Who
they
delivers them? Just like they
there's doctors. There's doctors up here. There's doctors down there.
But then remember, the tunnels are abandoned.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have it. And here's the thing: the connection.
No,
shouldn't
but
give you
there's an evil doctor down there from a nice doctor.
He has no medical.
Everybody has
Here's the
their.
thing: if the connection is spotty at best. He doesn't have any medical experience because he's not reading any of those books. There's not a connection mentally, obviously.
Well, maybe that's why everybody's fucked up. Maybe
doesn't.
that's why. Maybe it's
Why
unhealthy
was
births
she
that are causing
given
them
sharp
to be this way.
toys rather than soft ones? To what purpose? It's because once you take out the whole idea of it being a mystical thing, like another universe kind of thing, if it's just downstairs, why the fuck do you have sharp shit and not soft shit? Yeah, bunnies. You can play with fucking bunnies.
Or like,
No, bunnies are food though. You don't go and pet pigs.
I do pet pigs.
I mean, but it's not. You don't have them at home just a pet.
I migrated.
But you don't have them right now.
No, I wish I did.
But
This
is the reason why I'm just like I'm taking it all in as a symbolism movie.
It is for sure. There's a lot.
I need that commentary, dog.
If I start, like
I literally as soon as the movie ended, I couldn't stop.
Thought and scientifically and
It's
all that
just a
stuff.
giant
It's
spiral.
not gonna make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Nope, that's where I'm at here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
This is where I am all the time.
And then the Hands Across America thing.
So obvious.
Okay, but that was my only thing too, though.
It was so
I was
obvious.
just like, but I was like, what was the point? What is this organization?
That's the kind of thing. All that organization was when I was a kid was just you pay $10 to go stand in a line and hold hands for charity. It was a charity event. It was just to raise.
I wonder if
it was done to raise money for like homeless children and shit,
I wonder
and
if,
homeless people.
I wonder if they fucked
And it happened in '86. I was like 4 years old and shit. That was the thing they used to always talk about.
Was it legit, or did it ever come out that it was like maybe not a legit thing?
No, it was people did that. It worked. It didn't work. Obviously, we still have homeless people, but it was just a charity. It's like just like whatever that Food Aid, whatever the fuck, any of those shits. It was the exact same thing.
I wonder how they feel about that. Like
that was but it's a thing. It's such an 80s thing.
Maybe they're excited. It's bringing your attention back to it.
It's even cited in Forrest Gump. Like
I mean, that's 30 years ago.
I know. It's a thing that I knew instantly when I saw it.
It puts that organization into a negative light.
It was so weird. Like it didn't make any sense why it was used and why that was the thing.
Or maybe it doesn't put it in a negative light. Maybe it puts it in a super positive light because
doesn't.
even the evil people want to join hands.
But it wasn't for charity or nothing.
Yeah.
It was just something to do.
It was the way they freed themselves. I feel like they were caged animals.
You know how they freed themselves? By killing these
Yeah, they killed everybody.
And
then when they were done killing their good person, they went and stood in line and held hands with somebody else who just killed their good person.
But here's the thing, to what end? There's like, what is that?
Yeah.
All I'm watching at the end of the movie is a line of red people with an awesome song playing, but I just see smoke everywhere. I'm like, okay, so that city's fucked up.
I want to know what happens next.
I don't.
I do want to talk about.
I don't want a sequel. I don't want
the way I was able to really confirm, obviously, that she was the bad guy.
Yes.
Was when she killed the
that
bad
was
person.
yeah. That was the last time I had.
Oh my god, she was so animalistic.
Yes, I was like the original
Yeah.
character wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
She was making a lot of noise when she killed the old girl, the twin.
Yeah.
She was making
that's what
weird
I'm saying.
noises,
yeah.
Weird fucking noises.
And this is also the part where the son
Well, that's the
saw
last part
her.
where she snaps
the
the neck.
animalistic.
Yeah.
saw her animalistic instincts, right? Because she was like, ah! Like she sounded like one of them and everything. She was acting like she came from the downstairs because she did.
But here's
and so the son, I think the son, right?
Well, he
he
obviously
picked up
knew.
on that.
But that's the weird part, though. In movies, I'll tell you this: in most movies, that usually happens where the character, all of a sudden, when they do like the final kill, they grunt and they get kind of primal. It's a movie thing because they like to show like you're getting up. Like even the little girl when she was killing the girl and the twin inside the bathroom.
Yeah.
It was like she was like like she was doing the whole running. But it's just it's a movie thing.
Yeah.
Because I guess they feel like if you kill somebody, you're in a rage kind of thing.
But
Well, yeah.
I think
And that's usually the way it's portrayed in an aggressive.
I don't know what
Especially that
happened
one
there
too, because
now.
it was very primal because she had been stabbed. So she was like at that point she was.
So-
You can explain it away.
maybe
with her
because
being
she kept stabbing.
Well,
her.
you could explain
She was already dead.
You could explain it away as a primal thing where she's getting stabbed and she's trying to save her child.
Right.
So she just now she could finally be done with this bitch.
But to
we
me,
know what it is.
I got
but
it.
you can explain it away
But he
as
picked
her.
up on it.
It was a bit.
But the thing is,
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird as shit.
this is the same woman that has been raising him his entire life. He doesn't know.
Yeah, he shouldn't have any.
Right,
Yeah,
there
well,
shouldn't be any
yeah,
of that
that's
there.
where I
So
get confused,
something happened. Like
It
I'm
was
going
so
like there's
weird.
definitely some
Because it's just like she
friction
can't
in
tell.
this
Like she told the
relationship.
story.
His
And,
face was like
yeah, it was just real.
he was
odd.
looking at her like, girl.
Because there's no particular reason
There's
for
more
that.
to this.
See, that's the weird part. There's
Yeah.
no good reason for that little kid to do that.
Yeah.
Really,
He was
like
not having it.
there really is no reason for him to do that.
He was
because
looking
it's
at
just-
her like
It's like I don't need that because that character I don't feel like he would give a shit. Because at the end of the day, that's his mom. He never. It's not like she switched his mom.
Yes.
That's
Because
who
that's
she's.
been his mom's.
The
own
entire
son.
time.
But he doesn't
Yes.
know that either because they could have switched while he was gone because there was that period of time that he had been kidnapped and he was put in that locker.
Yeah, that's true.
So he doesn't know. So maybe he doesn't realize.
And also, he would know the talking because that other chick couldn't talk. Cause
you would think so. Yeah, you would think so.
And she
Because
could
and when it happens
some good
too.
hot tea maybe you could get rid
And
of.
also when it
When did
happens.
they have time to
When
make
it
that?
happens, but when it happens, it's weird.
Who knows?
That's when they decide to have the kids show the doubt, or not doubt, but the.
It was
because-
not the kids. It was only the son.
Well, but you know,
I didn't
I said the
notice
kid,
it.
the
Yeah.
kid,
Oh,
not
I thought
kids,
you said the kids.
The kid never heard the story
Yeah,
of the
it's
mirror
just-
and of seeing the little girl.
Yeah, he has no reason. Yeah, he
heard
has no reason to make
the
that
story.
face.
I mean,
He literally has no reason.
which is why I'm
Right,
like, there's
right.
got to be a number 2.
I hope there's. Not.
I doubt there will be a number 2.
Please don't be a number 2.
I could
Please
go. I could
not,
go for it. I could go for
not
it.
everything needs a sequel.
It doesn't need to be as long.
Because I even didn't want that last 30 minutes, so I definitely don't want a whole nother movie.
Look, I'll say
It's
this.
long.
I definitely.
It's a fine one shot.
I definitely get why maybe Jordan Peele put the whole like little kid being like, you know, I kind of like I'm suspicious
There's
of
some
you.
distrust here.
You know, and I kind of like I said, maybe I'm reaching, but like the Thriller T-shirt, you know, at the end of
Yeah.
the
It's
Thriller video, he goes like,
he's got the.
you know, like yeah, no, it's
There we go.
really
He's
me.
not- yeah,
you
he's
know,
a really
like
bad guy.
the little kid, you know, and then the smile with the mom, she's like, you know, like.
It's having a good time. I
I'm
killed. I'm
really the bad
free.
guy, you know.
Also,
So
why
you know, I feel
Yeah.
like it was.
Why
like a
don't
little,
any
you know,
others try to kill them other than the white family?
I know.
I don't.
You're just trying to put so
Yeah,
much, you know.
That's
like,
true
reason
too. I don't understand that
It
because
doesn't make any
it seems
sense.
like the responsibility was just to go kill your opposite
Yeah.
and then go stand in line.
Yeah, and,
Like
those,
it's
and they
so
were
why
handed
are-
out.
Like, they
Why
shouldn't have touched
specifically this family?
any,
It's
like,
Yeah,
because-
they wouldn't, because
it's
they obviously
because-
didn't for anybody else.
Right.
It's
Except
because
for the
They knew
daughter
she was a
killed that
traitor.
other guy who didn't have an other apparently because he was just chilling.
She was the famous one.
Because he was obviously not dead before. He was hanging out.
Yeah.
I think
Does he
Adelaide.
not have an other? The other just say fuck it, I don't wanna.
Adelaide was a downstairs. She was a downstairs celebrity because they swapped, and
Yeah.
so maybe like
Her plan was I'm gonna go find this family and I know that you're their friends.
yeah, and we need to go get her back.
That's so much heavy lifting. for
Let's
me.
go get her back. She
I
needs
guess
to.
they were in coordination.
That's
Yeah.
just so much.
Or we
That's
kill
so
her because
much.
she left us. She's the one who abandoned us. Because there was a huge thing in this movie about abandonment. And I feel like
Yes,
she
yes,
is
yes.
part of that because she went up and
Yeah,
sent the other
yeah.
girl down. So
Which was their savior. She basically sent them their savior.
Yeah, that is a
yeah, who yes, contributed to this rise up. So maybe she talked to
shouldn't
the
think about
white
this movie
family and
anymore.
she said, "Look, we got to go get this fucking bitch, yo." Like she took my
My
spot.
2.5 is going.
But
You know?
see, no, but you know, this is why I like to watch it in the symbolism thing
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm like I take everything, you know, like the acting of Lupita's, you know, like
So good.
character is like, you know, the way that she did the
awesome.
voice.
Yeah, she cares
you know,
about
the
her.
strength
All she
thing.
cares about is her kids.
I
She
like
doesn't say,
it.
"Don't hurt my husband and my kids." She
I
said,
like
"Don't hurt
it.
my kids."
Don't hurt my kids.
Because look,
'Cause they
listen,
can't-
like,
We grown.
the voice.
These are my babies.
Because they came,
Yeah.
they came from me.
The voice sounded like a bitter, strained, ready to cry
Yeah.
person. You know, like when you
Nice,
have a lump
smooth-
in your
At
throat
that
and you
breaking
wanna,
point.
you know,
Yeah,
like
it's strained vocal cords from being strained.
you
I
know,
mean,
it's just like this,
how
this
long-
person is so hurt
Yeah.
by
How long she's
everything
been
that's
waiting.
happened.
Yeah.
Yes,
Waited
Say
30
barely
years. It's about 30 years, and why why
Yeah.
now?
She's been waiting so
Why
long to say
now?
this.
She's been to the beach obviously before. She wait for the mom to die. Why?
The fourth, you think? Yeah.
They mentioned that this is the
They
first-
were-
Maybe she did wait for the mom to die.
Well, this
Maybe
is the
there
first
was-
time we've been here since
Since
Grandma died, and I'm wondering if maybe she did because that was her mom. Like she maybe still had that connection to her. So she said, when she fucking goes, I'm coming to fucking kill you.
Why does she want to see her
Maybe
mom?
she had tried.
Why would
Yeah,
she want to
I
see her
mean,
mom?
Maybe she
I'm-
tried throughout the years
So
and she
weird.
just couldn't.
Or maybe she just felt
I need
like
commentary.
she needed time. To... No, this commentary is gonna be great.
Yeah.
I will definitely watch this 4K commentary for sure.
I think we may have stretched this out.
All right.
Probably.
All right.
Well,
Alright.
Spoiler discussion.
Yeah.
A wrap.
all right. So the
What
last
do you
thing we
wanna
need to
find?
talk about is what's coming next.
Well, we're going to talk
coming
about all the
soon.
shows, and we're going to go ahead and stop this. Oh, we can talk about that personally.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's not
We
the
didn't
button.
say bye.
I mean, I said, but we said.
We had our